This is a Kurapika X Listener fanfic written by me, Ginger Lee. It is titled My Imperfect Princess. This chapter contains a bit of yelling, so please avoid using any headphone, headset, earplugs, or AirPods if possible. Chapter 5 Violent POV. I woke up to the sound of crashing glass. What time is it? My head. Ugh. I mumbled, sitting up as I felt something fall onto my lap. I looked down to see a wet towel, but not cold. Remembering. Chapter 5 Wyant's POV. I was awoken by the sound of glass crashing. What time is it? My head. I mumbled, sitting up as I felt something drop onto my lap. I looked down to see a wet towel, but not cold, when I suddenly remembered holding on to Kurapika's shirt, causing me to become flustered before shaking it off and composing myself. Soon I began to look around the room. It was already night out, and out the window I could see the night sky was lit up by the city lights, making me feel a little bit happy before remembering the crashing sound. As I quickly stumbled to my feet before speeding to Neon's room, opening the door, sweating a little as my body temperature rose. Neon, calm down. She looked at me and yelled out, "Get out! I only want Daddy to be here. He promised." I wasn't fazed by what she said, but inside I was hurt by the comment. Neon, please, calm down. Father is busy. He'll be here in a few days. So please, Neon, calm down. Please, for me? I said, calmly walking over to Neon. But Neon wasn't having any of it. I told you to get out! Daddy was right. You're stupid, useless. Makes no sense. Makes sense he also doesn't love you. How are you even my sister? I was hurt at what she said, but I didn't show it as she got up and yelled insults at me like emotionless freak, useless, killer, and so on as she took a vase, smashing it directly onto my head. But I stood there still as I let the pain sink in and the ringing in my ears lighten. Beforehand, as she kicked and yelled, whining for me to let her go. The glass shards slowly pierced into me as I could not keep myself stable while she kicked and yelled, my feet wobbling around and moving. I continued to hush her, not letting her go, when she suddenly stopped, and I released her slightly. Surprisingly, she hugged me when she let go of me and I fell to my knees, glass piercing through my skin, my body falling aside. But before I hit the floor, bang! I was held in a familiar person's grasp. I recognized this person, the smell of chocolate. Killua? I thought, before I looked to see fluffy white locks. Neon Nostra, I spared you 4 years ago, but I can still kill you now and everyone here. But you already know that, don't you? I am a Zoldyck after all. I looked up at Neon, seeing one of Killua's hand extended to her neck, holding a sharp dagger. I didn't want him to kill anyone here. I cared too deeply for all of them. I didn't want him to kill anyone in the room, as I cared too deeply for all of them. So I shook my head against his chest as he held me tighter. When I heard Mr. Dowsling ask, "You're a Zoldyck. So why? Why didn't you kill her when you got the chance? And may I ask, why are you holding Lady Yan? Is this a hostage situation?" As Killua looked down at me With a softened look, almost concerned, I looked at him, shaking my head. He nodded, looking back up coldly. Looking at Mr. Dowsling, he said, Lady Wyan opened. Lady Wyan's the one to thank. She opened my eyes to a new way of life and to not take her sister's life. And I will not let her go. Before readying to kill everyone in the room, I tried to stop him. As I shook my head, I tried to stop him. Before readying himself to kill everyone in the room, as I tried to stop him, shaking my head violently against his chest. But he got up and was about to kill everyone. But he got up. But he still got up. But he got up and was about to kill everyone in the room, holding me with one arm. When I yelled at him, Kilowatt, don't! Please. I yelled and then begged as he looked down at me, seeing my eyes watery, dropping the dagger instantly to hug me, apologizing before saying, okay, I won't kill. I won't, okay? But I know you need this. As he said that, he pulled out the glass shard, stabbed into my back, when Kurapika yelled at Killua. Killua, stop it! You're making it worse! No, I'm not, Kurapika! She's going to be fine, see? Killua replied, pulling off my shell, revealing my back fully healed, with not even a scar left behind. As my breath became heavy, I gripped onto his shirt tightly while he was arguing with Kurapika. My chest rose and fell in a fast pace when Killua notices. Hey, Enen, slow down. You need to breathe. I tried, but I couldn't, as I shook my head, tears running down my face, looking away from everyone, not letting the others see. Where's Wyan's room? Killua demanded to know, as Melody told him. Hey, I don't trust you. You're a Zoldyck after all. You might kill her, Mr. Dowsling said as Killua started walking to the door, only replying with a, whatever, old man. Walking out of the hall as I cried, breathing still uneven. We arrived at my room as he laid me down onto my bed, with my head resting on... I can't take it anymore. I think I've been at this for like 10 minutes. 17. We arrived at my room as he laid me down onto my bed, head resting on his lap. The sound of chains echoed around the room, causing me to flinch and start to cry even more. Hey, Kurapika, lose the change. She's scared, Killua demanded after feeling me flinch. Killua looked at me and said, Don't worry, nothing can hurt you. But tell me 5 things you can see right now. I nodded and looked around the room, as my eyes were still a little blurry. You, Kurapika, the night sky, a teapot, and my luggages, I said, looking back at him. He nodded, saying, mm-hmm. Now, 4 things you can feel. I nodded, closing my eyes to focus on feeling my surroundings. Your warmth, the sheets, my blood-stained clothes, and your hands pulling out the glass from my legs. I finished, opening my eyes. Mm-hmm. Now, 3 things you can smell, he asked, giving me a pat on the head, while pulling out a few more shards of glass. I sniffed the air for a while before saying, chocolate, fruit tea, and coffee. He nodded, asking another one. Name 2 things you can hear. I listened for a minute. Crickets and glass clinging together. I said before letting out a yawn. He nodded and pulled out one last piece of glass, saying, "Now sit up." I did as I was told as he adjusted my body to face him, before taking my hand and placing it on his chest. "Take one breath with me. Follow what I... Okay, and then, last one. Take one deep breath with me, following my pace, okay?" I nodded as he hummed in agreement, taking a deep breath, then out. "Okay, how are you feeling now?" Killua asked with a worried look. "Good, thanks, Killua, but I'm a little tired now." He nodded, laying me down, getting up before pinching my cheek. "Next time, don't push yourself, you baka. She doesn't deserve it. And if you're sleepy, then sleep. I'll stay here till you wake up," he said, looking at me. "Okay, thank you," I said, letting go and laying back down as he replied, "Whatever, I'll be in the common room," he and he said before walking out the door, with Kurapika following him behind. As I slowly fell asleep, I got up, hugging him. I hope you enjoyed that video. The playlist is linked down below. And if you have any suggestions for the One Shot Monday, please link it down below. Comment it down below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much. See you next time.